G'day everybody, Flops here. Today we're going to be doing the ultimate strength test. I built this little course here, or the little track. It goes up 1% every 100 meters, so it goes all the way up to 10% to the very end. And I put little signs on to show you which percent we're at. And the engines we're starting off with are the two Betsies we got right there. The Moscow, the Twitsy, or the 10 mile I mean, sorry, and the Shay. Alright, put your bets in. Which engine do you think's going to win? Alright, let's delete this and hopefully they take off. Alright. That's cool. I guess I gotta start them up one by one, so let's get her done. I was hoping to have them all going up at the same time, but I guess they're going to be a little bit separated. And if anybody was wondering the weight on the snowplow, it's 80,000 pounds. Or 1 pound shy of that, so. Also, we're in realistic mode if you're wondering. Alright, looks like our leader, the 10 mile, has stopped at about 7%. That's pretty decent. 10 miles is pretty strong. That's a pretty good train right there, I'd say. And the Shay's still going, slow but sure. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. I like how the Betsies stop right next to each other. That's pretty cool. They both have the same amount of power, if anybody was wondering. And they made it to the 4% mark, so they didn't do too shabby. And the Montezuma made it about 4.5%, about 0.5% more than these guys. And the Shay looks like it's starting to stop here. Can it beat the Montezuma? I really thought the Betsies would beat the Montezuma, tell you the truth. Wow. And I really thought the Shay would beat the Montezuma. But it just barely beat it. It looks like speed is better than strength in this game. That's very interesting. Alright, round 2. This is our champion from last round. We'll put her up here on the podium with her percent. Pretty good train right there, the 10 mile. Alright, our next set of contestants are the Cliff House and Ferry, the Bell Gap, Glenbrook, Class 48, and Eureka. Alright, looks like the Class 48 is stopping here at about 7%. Just a little bit less powerful than the 10 mile, tell you the truth. That's pretty crazy. And right behind it is the Glenbrook here, about 6.5. That did pretty decent. Best tender engine yet. Eureka there. And the Cliff House Ferry here at 5% with the Bell Gap. And this almost made 6%, so that's pretty good. Alright, the Class 48 gets to live up here with the 10 mile as a champion. 7%, pretty good, pretty good. Alright, our next round of contestants, the two cooks, one coal, one wood. Class 47, the Utah, and the Moscow. Alright, we're down to one, the Utah. It's at the 9% here. That's pretty crazy. This is one of the newer engines when the game got released, so that's pretty impressive. Alright, the Utah's our new champion. Next up at 8.5% would have been champion is the Cook Wood, and Cook Coals at a little bit less. I'm kind of surprised about that, and the Class 47 is tied with it. And the Moscow's back here at about 6.5. Alright, the Utah joins the Class 48 and 10 mile as champion. Alright, next off. First engine, the Heisler, the Ruby Basin, the Cook 280, the Class 70, and the Climax. Alright, looks like the Ruby Basin is starting to slow down here. Might hit 9%. Oh, it did. Woo! Woo! That's tied with the champion, so that's pretty decent. Class 70's coming up right here behind. At 8.5% right now. Oh, it's hitting the 9% too. Woo! Can it beat the Ruby Basin? It's trying. The best tender engine yet. So far the podium's just full of tank engines pretty much. Nope. The Ruby Basin still wins. Wow. Wow. Oh wait, we got the Climax still going. And the Heisler's back here. No, that's the Heisler going, sorry. The Climax is still going in the back, and that's the Cook 280 that stopped. Alright. Now it's all about the Climax. Slow but sure. Alright, looks like we have a new champion in the Climax. Slow but sure. Wins the game, I guess, on this one. That's good. I'd be kind of worried if the Climax didn't win this race. Or this haul. Alright, Climax is added to the champion board. Pretty good leaderboard right now. Climax, the Utah, Class 48, and the 10 milli. Alright, we got the Class 125, the Twitsy, the Big Utah, and the Lima. Put in your bets, which is going to do the best. Phew. looks like the Utah's just going straight over, so we're going to have to add more weight to these trains. Same as the Class 125, the two new champions right there. And then back here we have the Lima in a close third, almost hitting 10%, pretty good. And the Twitsy, halfway up 9%. Alright, it's a rematch against the two big haulers. I added another 30,000 pounds to each train, 32,000 to be exact. And they're carrying 110,000 pounds now. Alright, looks like the Utah will have to go again. Yes, sir. That's a pretty powerful engine. Can the Class 125 do it? Just barely. Alright, let's do take two. Alright, added another car. We're up to 144,000 pounds of weight. All right, well, the Utah went back over again, right on. But the class 125 has finally given up. 144 pounds is enough for it to stop on 10%. So that's a pretty good train. All right, back here with our champion. We added another 2 cars to it, so it's up to a 208,000 pounds. So let's see if it can do it. Well, back over we go. All right. I'll add another 2 cars to this, and hopefully that does the trick. All right, added 2 more cars, so that's another 64,000 pounds we added. So it's up to 272,000 pounds. That's quite a bit of weight, so hopefully this time we get her. And I forgot to take off the tender brake off of this. Oopsies. Hopefully that doesn't ruin this run. Looks like we're going over the edge again. I guess I'm going to have to add another 2 cars to this and probably make this track a little bit longer. That way there it's on the 10% for a little bit longer. Like, I didn't think we'd go this far. Alright, back at her again. We're up to 8 cars now. So that's 330,000 pounds. Whew, that's a lot of weight. Alright, looks like the Utah has finally met its match. It's not even going to get to the new part of the track that I put on, so 320,000 pounds is enough for this to stop at 10% or 9%. That's pretty crazy. Yes, sir. So the Utah is the ultimate champion. And our first round champion was the 10 mile. It went to 7%. And our second round champion was the class 48 at another 7%, funny enough. Utah was our third round champion at 9%. Climax was our fourth round champion at 10%. Also, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And y'all have a nice day. And comment it, who did you think did the best? Bye.